What's up, my beautiful people? Today is February 10th, and here is your daily energy report. So, yesterday we had the culmination of the Pluto and Mercury's conjunction at 28 degrees of Capricorn, right? So, a lot of in the last couple of days, of course, this is fluid, right? So, it could be, a couple of days, before or after. Typically, what I notice is that when I'm in tune with my heart and my spirit, that things happen right on these days. Now, I didn't have any kind of crazy tower moments happen, but uh, previously, leading up to this for about a month, I had some fears come up. A lot of stuff around money and like abundance and financial, like building this new empire that I'm working on is, like how am I going to handle it with all the resources, all the funding, all the finances, and then just suddenly just a knowing just flushed over me, like, you know what, don't worry about it, it's all going to be good. And since I shifted my frequency, just good things started happening, and like pieces started coming together. All right, we are we have stepped into the time where we are meant to approach money and abundance and finances in a new way, and through the way of frequency and vibration, forcing things, hustling, grinding. That is all. That's like so 5 years ago. Right? It's about aligning. The more you align to ourself, which is doing the shadow work and digging up the root causes of the blockages that we have to deeper levels of really self-connection, self-love, self-worth. And as we address these issues, really, it's almost like a whole new layer of our consciousness has blossomed, right? And now that this new layer of ourselves has blossomed, we're getting to know a whole new layer of ourselves. And this Mercury conjunct Pluto was bringing to light some of the nuances of these parts of our consciousness that have been birthed, but then now need to be realized. Okay. So whatever came through for that, now Mercury is at 29 degrees today. Now it's about really like, okay, now we see it. Now what are we going to do with it? Okay. It just so happens that today we have a yod. Now, whenever we see a yod in transiting astrology for the collective, this of course is and um, this is, of course, another aspect of a karmic lesson in all our lives that has to do with the learning lesson at Neptune at 23 degrees, almost 24 degrees of Pisces. Now, we have White Moon Selena conjunct Neptune, so I feel that this is actually like when you trust and you let go, like Neptune and Pisces, especially with Venus creeping up on there. This is surrender, let go, and I'll catch you. Right. So with this realization, again, what I was just talking about, that process is coming to the realization, letting go and surrendering, emotionally letting go, not trying to force it, not needing to know every step of the way, just having faith and believing that things are going to work out. Also, this is also has to do with what you're paying your attention to, looking at how the things that you're paying attention to are influencing your emotions. Are you being triggered? What's your relationship to your triggers? Okay. Where is it that you feel blocked and why? Of course, moving forward, as we have Mercury now coming up in Aquarius, that's like all these creative ideas that are coming through. The clearing of that, bringing up of that energy is going to start to take shape. But as it takes shape, we still, don't forget, we still have the sun coming up to this conjunction of Saturn, which as it moves closer and closer, we have that karmic test. Like this sun conjunct Saturn is going to be a very intense, like, have you learned your lesson yet? Like intense karmic checkpoints, if you will. I don't really like tests because we're in testing times, but if you're living in your heart, really, like that's the test throughout all these different energies and all these frequencies is, are you coming from your heart? As long as you're coming from your heart, guys, as long as you're feeling into your heart and when you're making decisions, then you're good. Okay. But today, of course, we have the moon and the end of the second and the beginning of the third decan in Libra. This and it's there's we have that quincunx to Neptune, which is, are you going to let yourself go? Meaning let yourself surrender to the feelings that are moving through you and not try to figure it out. It's the needing to figure it out that is the control dynamic that we need to accept, move through, and allow to be okay. And today we had Chiron come to 13 degrees of Aries. So whenever an outer planet, a transpersonal planet like that, comes into a new degree, it's also a new layer of digging into our deep wound. So, it's really Jupiter is basically conjunct Chiron as well as Pallas Athena. So when Pallas Athena is there, this is looking at our relationships. Of course, we just had the moon, oppose all these things yesterday. So there's a lot of energy here in regards to relationships. What relationships do we have in our lives? Are the best for us? What are not? Are we nurturing them? Are we allowing them to nurture us? All these questions are coming up about the nature in which we want our relationships with others as well as ourselves, because relationships with others are a reflection of our relationship with ourselves, right? And do we have healthy boundaries up? That's the Mars shadow, still looking at how we're going forward in life into situations that are coming up in life, because we are still going through a filtration process as we figure out, as we move through this Mars through shadow. And that's going to come to a culmination when it squares Neptune for the third and final time next month. But this next few weeks at least is a filtration process of, are we pushing away all the good things in our life because we need to control, we need to know, or are we tuning into our heart and feeling and trusting our feeling body into into what's best for us, and trusting in our faith? When we have an open heart and we trust in our heart's guidance, then we trust in fate, because we have faith that Jesus, source, great spirit, whatever you want to call it, is guiding us through our divinely source path. I kind of feel it like, when I connect to God, it's like the movie The Never Ending Story, right? I'm Atreyu on like my magic dragon, flying through all these crazy spiritual there's a lot of trickster energies out there. So when you're connected to your higher self, or God, Jesus, the great spirit, that's what helps you navigate through these spiritually tumultuous times. So be careful not to get caught up in those control dynamics, because those are a bitch and those are really strong right now. Okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and beautiful day. If you would like to work with me, please go ahead and email me, thebiowizard@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. And please, if you resonate with this, or you think someone can or will benefit from these messages, please share this with them. Like, share, subscribe, you know the deal. And I'll see you guys on the next report. Appreciate you. Aho.